So we're in Fresno, California, just finished installing a Rheem 50-gallon natural gas water heater. The existing piping coming out of the ceiling there, you can see, is the dual wall B vent. That is their pipe. Not sure why they put it in. Maybe that's all they had on their truck, but maybe the only one you would need is that 90 up there because that's closer than 6 inches. I mean, it's maybe 5 inches. But the rest of it could be single wall, like they put in down here. So we just reconfigured it, moved the water heater over, tied everything back in for the venting. So that's all yours. That should be sealed, but we didn't know that it wasn't sealed because we came out here sight unseen. We had a picture of the water heater down here, but not the vent up there. So that should be a piece of flashing going in just to cover the hole. But you've got other holes in the wall too. And also, as a side note, I noticed around the perimeter you had some droppings, some rodent droppings. So you might want to have a exterminator come out here and put down some bait and some traps just in this closet right here. Anyway, so starting with our work on the right hand side, it was 1-inch copper with a bushing in it inside the wall, and then enough 3/4 before the old gate valve to where we could cut it off, and then press on a new Pro Press fitting, and then we've got you a Watts 3/4 inch full port quarter turn ball valve, another a 3/4 brass nipple in between, Falcon stainless steel connector down to a brass extension, and check this real quick. Spell check. Okay, so everything looks good there. It's the first time I was using these. The older ones that we have is they don't manufacture them very well, and you got to file them down and get them kind of flat. So we're going to try these, see how they work. But Falcon stainless steel, that's all we use. They're the most expensive. They're the largest in the industry. Other people are making them now, but these are ultra flexible. So you can take these off, straighten them out, put them back in. So everything up here looks good on the right hand side. Hot hand side, we put a valve in when we installed it. It's not required, but we got a big custom home out here and all the water's down, and so you don't have any sinks, any toilets, nothing until it's done. Reason why, if the cold water's on, even if the valve is off over here, sometimes a cross flow comes through and spits you in the face. This one was fun because it was 1-inch coupling soldered with a 1/3/4 bushing soldered, and then the supply line, the old school copper, they solder it into that fitting, and then they come over here and connect it to the pump. So we were trying just to get the 3/4 out of there, but the whole thing came out, and we did happen to have a 1-inch iron pipe adapter, so a male adapter. So we just cleaned up the copper, soldered that on there, and then we had a 1/3/4 brass reducer, which was great. Otherwise we were going to the store, and that will always remind me to bring the 1-inch press tool and some 1-inch fittings just in case something like this happens again. So you got that. Then again, another brass nipple there, brass valve, Watts 3/4 inch quarter turn full port ball valve, another brass nipple, Falcon stainless steel connector down to the pump. This is your pump. This is existing. It's tied back in. If you had any trouble with this gasket down here at all, that's not us. It's not our pump. We don't like doing it, but this takes a little bit of figuring out before you put this in, just to make sure that, we scooted this over. The water heater was over toward the left. We scooted it over so it wouldn't hit the pump, and we got the supply line in, so it worked out. But right now, everything looks good on the pump side. We have it turned to on, and the reason why is right now it's set, looks like from 7 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock in the morning. And if that's your normal time for recirculating water, then fantastic. Right now you can see it's 11 o'clock in the morning, so the clock is set, and then you can see there's the PM. So all of those are pushed in, and you can see right here when that arrow, when it's in, it's off. So you got it through the night, which is fine. I'm gonna let the homeowner know, and then if they want to adjust it, we can. Right now it's just set to on, and maybe I'll tell her first, and then maybe I'll set it back to timer. Anyways, so that all went back in. That's good. Everything's good. This is our connector. That's the relief valve, came installed from the factory. Little brass nipple there. Falcon stainless steel connector over some press fittings. We cut that out down here because it was kind of crooked and old and whatever, so we cut it back against the wall. Press 90, press adapter, tied it in. Ran all the air out of the tank before we opened up that valve. So you should have minimal air coming out of your hot side for this side of the home. I think it's a couple bathrooms on this side, maybe the master and a hall bath. And then we got your adjustable straps, upper third and lower third. And then we did give you the new gas valve like we said we would. So brand new gas valve, brand new gas connector coming over to your control valve. This right now is set at hot, which is approximately 120 degrees. Feel free to adjust it because you're the owner, but we document this because of safety issues. Hot 120, if you can stand in that 5 to 7 minutes, most people can. 5 to 7 minutes before you scald. Infants and elderly, you want it down about 110, 105, 110, because your skin is thinner when you're a baby and when you're an elder. I don't know what you're supposed to say. Senior citizen. Let's try that. So we leave it there. A130, B140, C150, very hot 160. At B140, you're gonna have 30-degree burns in 3 seconds. That's the difference. So 130, I think maybe about 2 or 3 minutes you're scalding. B, 3 seconds. It's super hot. So try not to turn this water heater up. Plus, you're just overheating the water, and then when you get over there, no one can stand in 140 water, period. Not longer than 3 seconds. And so all you would be doing is overheating the water, sending it over to your shower, and then cooling it off with cold water by adjusting the handle. And so you're burning the gas. The burner's on longer. It's overheating it. It's harder on your pipes. All of that. So 120 is good. Anyways, we document that. And then there's some vents around the perimeter. You can see down there the Rheem has some venting, and it goes almost all the way to the back. Bradford White, it doesn't go all the way around like that. It stops short, so you can turn this water heater back and forth, especially if you're trying to push it against like a sidewall and then kind of push it in the back corner and strap it. But this has vents on both sides, and those have to stay open to breathe. And so we got it kind of centered, but you can see it's a little bit pushed over to the right. And like I say, the reason being is that vent is rigid pipe, and it's snapped into place with the little tabs. Any plumber knows the B vent, it snaps into place. You can bend the tabs open and try and take it apart, but and the old vent was like this. If you're looking at my camera, that's the angle it came in. So anyways, you straighten it out, pipe back in, everything here, pump's plugged in. We'll go talk to the homeowner about the settings here and see if they want to do anything with it. If they don't, we'll just leave it alone, or you can leave it running. But with the bad thing about these Watts pumps is if you leave it running 24/7, there's a crossover valve somewhere, probably in the master bath underneath one of the sinks. And when that device fails, the check valve fails, what happens is it just keeps pushing hot because you're going 24/7. And so your cold system starts heating up. We had one the other day where both toilets upstairs had hot water in them. And you went up, the water heater was upstairs and went and felt it. It was just piping hot. And they had it turned up too high as well. But so that's the only bad thing about these Comfort pumps with no dedicated return line is it pushes hot water over the cold side, and so the temperature increases on the cold side. Anyways, enough about that. Everything here looks good. Outside of that, this installation is done.